Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. My name is Open Meerkat and today I've got my Game Week 12 team selection for you guys. Goodness me, it's already an international break coming up after this game week. But before I get straight into the Game Week 12 team, if you're enjoying the videos on the channel, please leave a like and get subscribed for more weekly content. And let's have a look at how the team did in Game Week 11, which of course was an absolutely terrible game week for pretty much everyone. Honestly, if you've got any more than 30 points, maybe 40, some of you might have reached if you had the right players, you might have had a good week. But yeah, I had a pretty terrible week. 21 points in total. 25 with a -4 hit taken. Definitely the worst score I've ever got in a game week. In terms of the red arrow, it's not too disastrous. I had a far worse red arrow earlier on in the season of about 1 million places. So a red arrow of about 160 isn't too bad, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, just an absolutely horrific game week to look at. I mean, it's not even like I had any benching problems either. Just no one on the bench. I saw a lot of people had bench points, which does sting, but just nobody. Trippier, the only person in the entire team to get anything whatsoever. 9 points, all 3 bonus points, a clean sheet, but not a single return in the rest of the team. That is crazy to look at. I braved without going Haaland. Decided to commit to the plan of not having him. And hey, what do you know? The Man City game played 6-1. Thought I'd got absolutely incredibly lucky. The fact 6 goals went in and Haaland wasn't part of any of them. And he even went off at half time with a minor precaution. But yeah, just an absolutely insane start to the game week. But then nothing else happened. Absolutely nothing happened. Every single other player in the team blanked other than Trippier. There's hardly any players, to be honest, that are relatively well owned that did well. Trippier, Fernandes, Bowen, Matoma, probably the only ones. Only Fernandes really going high. And Doku, the massive differential out there. If any of you managed to have him, absolutely well done. You would have scored more points than my entire week just by owning Doku. So yeah, fair play if you've got him in your team. But yeah, my transfers were Neto to Son because I had enough funds in the bank to be able to do that. And then I took a -4 to go Wilson to Darwin. I just wanted to take a punt on that Luton fixture. And yeah, it didn't work out at all because both players ended up blanking. So I've only ended up gaining 2 points. And to be honest, I haven't gained anything. I've only lost 2 points, but I've pretty much lost 4 because Saka would have played instead of Son being in the team. Neto would have been on the bench and Son would have played. I was right to bench Saka, I think. Arsenal barely created anything in that game against Newcastle, like I thought they would. It's just every other player decided to, go for walkabouts. Honestly, none of them impressed whatsoever. So yeah, this is a game week I think we can all just shove under the rug. Hopefully you haven't lost too much ground on other people, given how terrible everyone seems to have done this game week. But yeah, not a great game week at all. I'm one of the lowest that I've seen around. So yeah, moving on to the game week 12 team though. Now, I had every intention to roll. If you ignore those warning flags, I was fine with rolling with this team. But Cash and Maddison do seem to be doubts in my team at the moment. Obviously, we'll have to see what the press conference news holds. But yeah, those could be 2 players that I need to deal with sooner rather than later. And yeah, I'm a bit worried about the upcoming fixtures, to be honest. This game week looks really nice on paper, to be honest. You've got Arsenal against Burnley at home. You've got Fulham. You've got Villa with Fulham at home. You have obviously Liverpool with the home fixture as well. You've got Newcastle with Bournemouth. It's really nice. Even the Wolves fixture for Spurs isn't too bad. But that's what we said last week. This is what we said this game week, and everybody did terrible. So I'm a bit cautious to what to do now. Once again, by the way, if I'd done nothing with my team, I would have scored more points yet again. So I am tempted just to not do anything this game week, but I think the move that I want to do is Maddison out just because the fixtures are turning for Spurs. I got Son in just because he just seems to be playing especially well and I could afford it. But Maddison, I think, will be leaving the team. And my number one pick at the moment to be getting in is Jarrod Bowen, who just seems to keep returning at the moment. West Ham have really good fixtures. he's just getting in the right places and scoring goals. That's really what's important at the moment. Bowen is someone in my thoughts. Mitoma as well. Brighton's fixtures look really good, but Brighton have been really off it recently, so he's in consideration somewhat. I thought about Fernandez as well. Eze is back from injury. You guys know that I love Eze, and Crystal Palace's fixtures do look good. I also would like a Crystal Palace defender, so if Cash ends up being injured, it will probably be either an Arsenal defender or a Palace defender. So I could do a -4 to do Maddison to Bowen, and that would give me enough funds to do Cash up to Ben White, who I do really like as a pick. But I could just do the -4. I could just do the one transfer with Maddison. I could just do the one transfer with Cash as well. Go to Gahey in defence. But I could also just roll completely and just bench. If Maddison is out injured, I could just bench him and play Alvarez. I do think he's currently my weakest attacker at the moment. But again, do the fixtures really matter when we have such upsets like Nottingham Forest against Villa and Luton against Liverpool? I think these games have definitely made me more cautious about the away fixtures, especially for specific teams. The home advantage seems to be really strong for a lot of teams. Newcastle is one of those. Nottingham Forest, as we've just seen. Luton Town, I think, is one of those. Liverpool is one that we always know perform better at home, same as Man City. But I think we should be taking more of that into account. I might do a bit of research into what the swing has been like this season for home versus away. But these teams like Luton Town, they seem to be pretty good. I know they're conceding a lot of expected goals, but they've pulled off shock performances against Spurs, Villa, and now Liverpool. So maybe we should be taking that more into account. A fixture Luton at home is far better than a fixture of Luton away. In terms of the captaincy this week, it is currently on Salah. It could. I'm basically fluctuating between 3 captains this week: Salah, Saka, and Trippier. I'm heavily considering captaining Trippier this week just because I'm not sold on either of the other two. Saka with the fixture, of course, but he has looked a bit off it this week. He's definitely going to be in my team, but I'm not too sure about giving him the armband. And Salah, again, home at Brentford isn't the best fixture on paper. Salah didn't get many chances in that Luton game. He had one that came to him on the edge of the box that he scuffed, and then a really close range header that he managed to direct to Nunes, who, yeah, I haven't even talked about Nunes and his antics. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the press conference news is on terms of rotation. Tsimikas is someone I need to worry about as well. He was obviously benched for that game. He is someone who I don't mind transferring out just because he is so cheap. It's just an easy switch to Gahey. And yet people with Crystal Palace defenders are really raking the points right now, and it is destroying my rank just a little bit. So yeah, 0.6 in the bank. A rank of just about 400k, just inside the top 400k. So yeah, I'm really not too sure about what the moves are going to be. There's quite a few that I'm weighing up. Of course, I'll post my final team over on my Twitter as to what I'm going to do. Flecken as well is someone there on the bench who I just kind of want to get rid of. He keeps getting injured, he keeps letting in goals, and there are far better options, I think, like Leno and Johnston, who just seems to be outperforming him. But I could also just play Areola with the nice fixtures coming up at the moment. If I was on wildcard, I probably would get someone like Johnston in, just because Crystal Palace's fixtures look so good defensively. But yeah, that's currently how the team is looking. On to the team of the mini league. Tamti Vampty from Milos here with 49 points. That is incredible, right? The highest score of the game week in the mini league was 49 points. Cole Palmer, the main difference there, getting 12 points. And that was a goal and assist, wasn't it? In the Spurs, absolutely mental Spurs Chelsea game. Bruno Fernandes as well. Brilliant patience for holding on to him. Bowen as well, and Trippier. Only 4 players returning in the team. Udogi's -4 and Archer's 9 on the bench as well. Just an absolutely crazy game week. I did release a statistic as well. Before the Chelsea Spurs game, only 2 forwards had scored a goal in the entire game. That was Archer and Maupay. They were the only two that had scored a goal in the entire game. And then obviously Jackson hit home with a hat trick. So yeah, massive if you got one of those. I think I saw FPL Focal post as well that the top, if you had the highest, all the highest scoring players in this game week, it would be the highest score out of any game week so far. 150, I think it was. There were that many high scoring players, but none of them were well owned. Absolutely none of them, apart from Palmer with a little bit of ownership, and obviously Fernandez there as well. But yeah, the players like Jackson as well, maybe some dead teams held on to him. But yeah, I don't think many people who were active managers had Jackson in their teams. So, I mean, if you did, fair play. But yeah, 49 points is the top score of the game week. I do have to give a shout out to Not So Template. Go and check out his channel, by the way. Really, really cool channel. Makes some excellent differential content. He was second in the mini league this game week, and yeah, he was so close to that top spot. But yeah, you'll see here on the leaderboard, he is there in 15th, joint 15th there. But yeah, top place Harvey is still in the top place. Of course, Milos made it, was the gold medal. But yeah, this is how the leaderboard is looking. It hasn't changed up too much, but obviously those top 10s are really starting to matter now. Harvey and Alan are the only two there with 3 top 10 finishes. I think there might be someone with a bronze medal who's also got 3 top 10 finishes. So getting a single gold medal will shoot you up the rankings. So yeah, if you want to join the mini league as well, the code is on the screen there, and you can have your team potentially featured on this channel. And of course, you'll be entitled to one of the prizes if you manage to win this leaderboard. Those prizes being the winner of the league over my own winner of the league overall, the winner of this leaderboard, and the winner of the cup as well. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. What a weird game week this has been. I hope you guys get a green arrow in the upcoming game week, because yeah, this was a bit of a rough one. But this always happens every season. We always have a season where every player scores and everyone gets a massive score. And then we also have a week where everybody gets a tiny score. So let's hope for a bit more normality coming into the next game week. I hope you all get a green arrow watching this game week and watching this video. And who's your captain? Who is your captain this game week? Obviously, I don't have Haaland, so he's not in the conversation for me. It's between Saka, Salah, and Trippier. I do really like a Trippier shout. He is really in my thoughts. But yeah, let me know who you're captaining in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next FPL video.